Welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft Season 2. Here I am in the house in front of my latest addition, which is the to-do wall. It's just a temporary thing while we're building this, but it's going to help me keep track of what's going on. So some of these are actually things I've done off camera between episodes. So let's see what we've got. Storage room, relocate portal, and basement. Let me just check those two out. So if I show you, right, so the staircase down to the basement used to be over here, but it was interfering with the bedroom. So I've moved it. What I've decided instead is I'm going to put it down here. You're also seeing that I've relocated my various chests. I'll come back to them in a second. So here's the staircase that goes down to the basement. So firstly, there's this kind of overflow storage room, which is being used for cobblestone and netherrack, the stuff I've got too much of at the moment. I'll be able to extend this room. There's a limit to how far because it's actually quite close to the edge and it is still above sea level, so I'm going to have to be clever about that. But anyway, we then go over here. This is the little underground lake where that skeleton was hiding out. You might remember about that. And then here we join up with the original staircase, which has now been blocked up. I've moved the nether portal down. It's not here anymore. It's now down here because you may recall I was hearing a lot of nether portal noise from my bedroom, which I decided was unpleasant. Anyway, I've moved it a few layers down and that seems to have done the business. Okay, so let me show you what I've been doing in the storage room here. So what I've got here, so this contains sort of some miscellaneous sort of resource types, redstone, glowstone, coal, that sort of thing. In here we've got wood and wood-based items. This contains tools, armor, that sort of thing. In here we've got various ores. In here we've got mob drops and some stuff that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. In here we've got all sorts of blocks, and in here we've got kind of building materials and that sort of thing. And then over here I've got a separate section for a kind of kitchens. There's various foods in here and a couple of furnaces for cooking stuff up. So that's going to be the basic structure of my storage level. Obviously, as I gather more things, I might need to rethink things slightly, maybe move more stuff into the overflow downstairs, maybe do something with this area around here. But, you know, for now, this will do, and I'll work on decoration. I'm also considering whether to... Well, the thing is, I don't want to stack up too many chests. Let me just get some more chests out so I can show you. If I put another layer of chests on top there, then that's starting to ruin my sight lines down the length of the entire room. However, what I can possibly do is pop some chests there and have a little gap through there. So that I feel might be an acceptable strategy for doubling my storage capacity here. Anyway, I'll think about that as and when the time presents itself. But for now, this is going to tide me over nicely, I think. So what else? So yeah, these are various other things I want to do at some point. I've tidied up the ceiling a bit. Yeah, that can be broken off there. Basically, there were some dirt patches in the ceiling, which I've taken off and replaced with stone. Haven't done anything about the coal yet. I'm still trying to decide if I like the coal ore motif. Well, you know, we'll never know. So what else we've got here? Storage room. Yeah, I can break storage room off. That's kind of done. Oh yes, and tidy up surface room roof as well. Let me just show you that. So I'll just head upstairs. So this building that I was building on the surface in the previous episode, I didn't really think it was there. I didn't think it was done. It seemed way too blocky. So I've made a small change in that I've sort of extended the roof so that there's an overhang on all four sides. This is looking a bit better, I think. It's making it look a bit less boxy. I can look at it from the other side, but it's basically the same. But one thing I think I do want to do is experiment with materials. I think having it all as stone brick is a bit bland and one-dimensional. So yeah, I could consider something else for the roof. I was thinking maybe quartz slabs for the roof, but I need all my quartz for something else at the moment. Another option would be to have something for these pillars here, something different, something dark that sets off the stone brick. It's stuff to think about anyway, but I don't need to think about it now. But let's talk about quartz. Let's head down. Because my main project for this episode is going to be working on the pool area down here. So as I've mentioned before, I'm going to use quartz around the outsides. I'm going to use diorite, I think, sort of for the base the base of the pool. I'm going to have some nice quartzy stairs going down in this corner. That's why I've placed these blocks to sort of help build that structure. The question is really, have I got enough resources? And the only way to find out is to grab them and start building. So I'm going to let's grab all the diorite that we've got here. And let's try converting some of that into the polished variant. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So let's make 24 pieces of that. Oh, Oh, well, that's not quite what I meant to do. Well, never mind. Okay, we've got lots of polished diorite to experiment with. And I also want all of this nether quartz, which I'm going to convert into quartz blocks. So again, is that the same thing? Yeah, block of quartz. Now, you can do various things with blocks of quartz. You can make pillars. Can you do other stuff? I think you can make slabs. And then I think you can sort of recombine the slabs to make chiseled blocks. So anyway, lots of stuff to experiment with. But for now, let's just go plain quartz. And then I can always upgrade it to other stuff if I want to. Okay, there we go. So that's all my resources sorted out. Let's try and make some space on my hotbar for as many of them as I can. So let's have the polished diorite, the normal diorite, the blocks of quartz and the slabs. Actually, the slabs are potentially going to save me a little bit in the way of resources. So I do actually want to make a few of those. I have a cunning plan for them to reduce the total amount of quartz that's required in total for this build. So let's start with some of the quartz. So yeah, these slabs, I basically want to put them back here a bit. I can use these spaces and just place quartz on the sort of the top. There you go. And then we're effectively just using half as much quartz to do that. There's something else I'm going to need, though, so let's just pop back. I've just noticed things aren't quite... Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, I'm also going to want some glowstone as well for this. I should have picked that up while I was over here. Let's just grab that. There we go. 4 pieces of glowstone dust. Of glowstone, rather. I have a cunning plan with this. I'm going to use this as a sort of underwater lighting feature. It's going to be quite nifty. I need to choose the locations fairly carefully, though. I need to be halfway along each edge. So I think that's kind of the halfway there. So if I break this block and replace that with a glowstone, and then a similar thing facing it, just here, I think. And then we're going to need similar blocks in the corners down here. Let's pop it. Difficult decision. Let's pop that there. And a similar one over here. Again, I want to face it, so break that bit of gravel there. Very good. All right, let's continue on with this quartz. All right, I've also made myself some quartz stairs. I have a plan for them. That's where this corner comes in, because I need a sort of a nice little thing that links up to that. So if I do it, let me see, this way, and snake around there, not quite that, down. And that makes me a nice little staircase up to that level. And then we want a similar thing here. That's good. And then I'm going to replace that with a quartz block. Actually, I could have used a slab for that. Save myself a little bit of materials. And one up here. And night is falling, so I think I'll go and get some sleep and pick up once I no longer have to fear nasty things walking around on my roof at night. Okay, there we go. The quartz surround is complete. Basically replaced the blocks that were there with quartz. It's looking quite nice, looking quite clean and white is what I was going for. One little idea I do have, I want to get some plant pots and have some ferns going around here. That'll add a nice little touch. I'm going to quartzify these walls. I think I've got plenty of... have I? It's difficult to say. I think I made too many of these quartz slabs. But then I suppose I can always convert them into chiseled quartz blocks. So it's going to work out all right. But for now, I'm going to focus on the bottom. So let's try polished diorite first. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so I've slapped down a little bit of diorite on this side to get an idea of how that looks. And a bit of polished diorite on this side. And I have to say, I think I prefer the polished diorite. I like this grid that you end up with as a result. So yeah, I'm going to replace all of the blocks on the floor of the pool with polished diorite. And then let's see how that looks. I think it's going to look good. Right, I think on the whole we're done here. Got the quartz around the edges, got the diorite in the bottom. Need to get the pot plants. So now it comes to the walls. So I'm thinking the column quartz type thing. So I can use up these quartz slabs. Oh, that makes chiseled. Is there any way to make this back into... I wonder if there's a way to turn quartz slabs back into normal things so I can make the column blocks. I mean, if not, then I can just incorporate the chiseled blocks into my build somehow. But let me just check the recipes. No, it looks like what I need to do is use my remaining blocks of quartz to make a few pillar blocks, and then use my remaining slabs to make chisels. And then this is basically what I've got to work with. 63 blocks. I don't think that's going to be enough to go all the way around, so I'm probably not going to be able to finish off this build using what I've got here. Also looks like this pickaxe is on its way out. So, well, given... What? Oh, it's okay. It's just a zombie dying or something. Where was that? Up above, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, let's not worry about it. It was a horrible noise. Pillars. I think I'd be inclined to put the pillars a little bit away from the corners. So sort of here. Oh, wrong way around. Put the pillars like that. I think this will give a nice result. As far as lighting's concerned, we have got these glowstones down in the water, but there's a limit to how much they're going to do. So I think that I'm going to need to think of something to keep this place illuminated. And of course no pillars in that corner. Still got 8 left. And I've got 2 opposite walls. So yeah, it makes sense to make a couple more. So how many have I got between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I leave 2 and then make another little insert here. And the same on the other side. Now, I'll briefly look at this glass. Now, I'm going to move this glass out. I don't want this glass going so close to the pool. That's all going to be moved out by one more step. But first, let's just finish placing these. So leave 2 and some pillars. And the same over here. And let's just replace a couple of torches, seeing as it's getting quite dark over here. In fact, this might work quite nicely. If I pop torches on those 2, and then on those 2, we might end up getting quite a nice effect out of this. And yes, I know that this is different to that. That's only got 2 in the middle, whereas this has got 5. But, you know, we'll figure something out. So a whole bunch of chiseled blocks. I need to decide what to do with them. But I'm definitely going to need more quartz to complete this. And also there's a piece of cobblestone there that looks wrong. That needs to be replaced with smooth stone. Well, I mean, it's all going to be quartz along here, I guess. And yeah, the little tunnel that I had down below, that's definitely not a viable concern anymore. In fact, let's pop a torch in there, because otherwise things are going to spawn. So yeah, the pool it's coming on, but I do need a little bit more in the way of resources. And yeah, as I said, I want to get rid of this glass and move it out. So let's get on that now. So I'm going to want more smooth stone around here. Let's go and see what we've got in our resources chest. 2 pieces. Okay, we need to smelt some of that up then. Meanwhile, while that cooks, let's grab a shovel and start excavating some of this grass. And then the glass can go on as well. Now, I'm going to need to think about the ceiling here, because basically I need to bring this roof out so that it echoes the shape. Okay, here we go. This is a good angle to look at it from. So what I've effectively done is built out this stone so that it now covers the pool. And we've got a nice glass window all the way around. And similarly, if I go around to this other side, you'll see I've done a similar thing on that side. And once again, there's a few gaps. Funny, there are always a few gaps in here. Or maybe that's just the same gap. And yeah, again here, I've just had to build out the roof just a little bit here. If I stand back here, you can see it a little bit clearer, though being careful not to fall off. Just had to build that out a bit just so it covers the pool. But that is now complete there. All I need is some more quartz and, of course, some ferns in clay pots. And I'll be able to pretty much finish off that pool area. Just some little decorations and such like required. A little bench to put my towel on, that sort of thing. And yeah, the way the glowstone shimmers underneath, that's very, very pleasing. And this room, this needs to be something, maybe a little sauna or something. Something related to the pool anyway. One very important thing I am missing down at this end is an exit out to the farm. I've already decided that's going to go just here. So let's... I'm centered. Yes, I'm centered. So let's break my way through here. Lots more glass going to the bin. Such a shame. But yeah, that now lines up with the center point of here, I believe. Okay, so I've got a couple of options for the doorway. I can either do it sort of back here, underneath this thing, in which case I'll then have a little kind of overhang here that I can maybe put a plant pot in or something. Or I can bring this out a little bit more, similar to what I've done with the pool. And to be honest, given how much bringing out I've done at the pool, I think it would probably be a nicer contrast if I went inwards here. So this is going to be the doorway, just like that. And then this glass, I guess, will join to that. No, it wants to be coming not out the front of the doorway, but out the side. This glass definitely needs to be here. And I don't want to join that directly because that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be too close. But if I pop that there, then that still gives us room to move around into the sitting room here. Yeah, that's pleasant. Okay, so let's join that there, break these remaining bits, complete this. Yeah, that's nice. And then here's the little overhang thing where I can put some plants or such like. Maybe, yeah, no, there'll be a little maybe wooden steppy bit. I haven't got any wood on me here. But yeah, there'll be something nice to walk out to here. We need a door to go in this doorway, definitely. But I have some of those in the back. In here, maybe? Yeah, we used an oak door over on the other side, so let's have another oak door over here. There we go. And that's the farm exit complete. Pop a torch over the top just so it's welcoming. And yeah, some sort of path that then connects this to the farm. And there's going to be a path around the farm, so that's all going to integrate together in some very, very tasty way. And yeah, you can just about see the rooftop house there. So that this is starting to take shape. It needs details. It needs ferns in pots. I do keep coming back to the ferns in pots. But yeah, then this is all going to be glass here. This is going to be the entrance into the pool area. And there'll be quartz. More quartz. Definitely a lot more quartz required before I can consider this all finished. But yeah, we're moving in the direction I want things to be going in. Let's go over and take a little look at the to-do walls, see how we're getting on. So, grab my axe and my signs. So we've done pool surround. Well, there's more to do on the pool surround, so I'll leave that up there for now. We have got the farm exit done though. Obviously more details required, but that can be considered basically done. Another thing I do want to add is I want to finish off the bridge. Now this bridge, I started this an episode or two back, so I need to do something about this now. So I was thinking a fair amount of wood for that will be the solution. So let's see what we've got. I've got a certain amount of oak wood here. I think I want to use oak for this because I've used so much birch wood inside the build. So let's go with oak. First I'm just going to clear out a few things from my inventory. Okay, I've gathered some more tree wood stuff and let's expand this. So I think I'm going to keep the sort of the core of grass going down the middle. I quite like that. But then I do want to make sure that it sort of gets surrounded by wood in a pleasing fashion. So I'm thinking start with inverted stairs like this. And again, I'm going to try and maintain it as a genuine no shift allowed to be held bridge. Yes, okay, that's one. Though, of course, it might be this doesn't make for anywhere near as fun watching as I think it does. In which case, maybe I shouldn't be doing it this way. So we've got these little stairs, but I think it needs to widen a bit at the ends. I think it's okay for it to be narrow like this in the middle, but only in the middle. Let's replace this here with some slabs. Let's widen that out. Let's do a similar thing here. Plenty of slabs. And then let's repeat this over here. Make sure that the stairs don't go too close to the edge. And yeah, some extras out here, something like that. Right, what am I doing? I think I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of this. I think I need to widen. Yeah, I think... Tricky. Right, let's get rid of some of these so I can look at what I'm doing. So we've just got some staircases there, right? That's too many. Let's take one more off there. And then let's take the equivalent bits off the other side. Make sure to pick up my dregs. Don't want to be having to gather a whole bunch more wood unnecessarily. Okay, so then I want to find a way of making things open out pleasingly. Maybe I need to get some placeholder dirt so that I can get the structure right in my head before I start adding the details. All right, so say I was to have a big dirt square like that, but then making it match on this side is going to be tricky. Well, that's okay. That's okay. So then, likewise, I want to make things sort of feel chunky and substantial over here. Yeah, and then there'll be a certain... Yeah, that results in a certain symmetry. Maybe fill in a bit more dirt here. And bring that out as well. Okay, so that's going to look kind of bulky and pleasing now. That's good. So now I just want this wood to sort of follow that shape. I'll need to have a little peek to see how that looks from behind, but I have confidence that it looks okay. Well, let's place these in and then let's go and take a look from the underneath. All right, so firstly from this side. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks good. And then from the other side, how's that looking? Okay, yeah, this is... Yes. Right, so from the inside now, this looks like bridge. That's good. All right. Okay, we're getting somewhere. If it looks good from the underside, then that's probably a good sign that it's taking shape from the above. Now all I need to do is fill in some of this grass. But then do I want to? How much of it do I want to? Maybe some of it I do. Maybe I just want fences around it. Maybe I should wait for this grass to grow in and then see how things look. That might be a smarter move, actually. Let the grass grow in and then re-examine. All right, let's plop some torches on these corners. I'm going to want some stairs going up there as well, because one thing I don't like is how much hopping is required to get up there. So let me see. I'm going to want to build it out a little bit. Let's plonk those there. And then let's do wooden stairs. Let's continue the little motif we've got going on here. So there's a staircase up to here. We need some sort of light because it's dark around here. But okay, this grass needs to grow in. But I've got good feelings about this. I think this bridge might be taking shape. I'm going to want a little railing around the outside. I think I might have some fences. What have I got? Got some dark oak. That might clash against the oak wood I've got. So I think it's going to need to be some oak wood fences around here. And this is all looking a little bit chunky as well. That needs to be smoothed out a bit. In fact, maybe that actually does want to be set in a little bit. Yeah, I want to push that all back a bit. Let's try that. There we go. That seems a little bit more comfortable, and I can shave off a little bit extra if it does seem to be a little bit overbearing, as some of these blocks are. But no, for the most part, that's a much more usable staircase. Anyway, it's getting dark, so it's probably about time we turned in. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Lots of good progress. We've finished the bridge. Well, I mean, we haven't finished the bridge. Obviously, it needs a railing. Maybe I should have put that back. Yeah, let's start putting signs back. Fence. Oh, that's nice spell. Fence, mate. Fence on bridge. There we go. And lots of other stuff. I better get to bed before creepy crawlies come. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.